35K wedding canceled only 19 hours before they were supposed to say, I do. Hello everyone, I am a long-time observer, but first-time poster. This is new for me, so excuse my lack of punctuation and grammar, especially since I've only gotten, 3 hours of sleep. But the tea is just way too hot to keep to myself. This might be long. I 20F was supposed to attend one of my childhood friends' wedding. I live about 4 hours away from her, so I was planning on coming a day early to see her in the wedding party, go to the wedding stay up and party, and then leave a day later, so basically all weekend. I leave on Friday at 11 a.m. so I can get to the hotel and check in and meet up with some other close friends of the bride, not in the wedding party but other guests. When I show up to the hotel, the bride is there, which isn't bad but odd because her hotel is connected to the venue, so I wasn't sure what was happening. Apparently she was beyond nervous, and she can't shake the feeling off and wanted to have dinner with me, 2 of her friends and 3 mutual friends. Obviously, I agreed. I suggest her fav restaurant and call the place asking to put my name down it. We all get ready. Bride is already ready. And right when we are about to leave, one of her friends informs us she isn't feeling the best and wants to sit this out so she can attend the wedding the next day. We don't think much on it and head out to go have dinner. While we are eating, the bride started ordering drinks. And I don't mean cute margs, I mean full-on rounds. You can tell she is nervous. I pull her to the side, obviously concerned for her, and ask what in the heck is going on with her and why is she so nervous? She tells me she's really excited but can shake this weird feeling that something could go terribly wrong. I don't blame her. We both read a lot of bridal Reddits and the wedding drama. And I'm the one that introduced her to Charlotte's channel because who doesn't love good wedding tea? But I feel like it's my fault as to why she feels like this. So I tell her all is good. You are marrying an amazing man, and to drink some water, eat some food, and try not to overthink. She then says she wants to go to a club. Okay. Kinda odd to do right before your wedding because she isn't one to drink or party. So I am starting to become worried. I pull her to the side yet again and ask her if she is hiding something. And again, she pushes me to the side and says no. She is scared her worst fear will come true, which tells me something she has seen or heard is making her think this way. However, it isn't my business, not my circus, not my monkeys, so I keep my mouth shut and have fun. I do not drink, so obviously I am the DD, designated driver, and I'm driving one hammered bride-to-be and her tipsy friends back to the hotel. The bride decided to come back to our hotel because she left something behind. So instead of taking her to her hotel first, I thought I would take her to our hotel, drop everyone off, and then take her to her hotel. We arrive at the hotel and I'm helping them out the car and helping them inside. Now, the way our hotel rooms were set up, we had 2 connecting rooms, kind of combined into one. The room that the bride wanted to go into is on the left, and the room that everyone else needed to go in was on the right. So I unlock both doors since the tipsy girls can still waddle around and go into their room. I then take the bride into the left room so she can grab her stuff and we can head out. Now, here's where it gets crazy in a matter of 5 minutes. Remember the bride's friend that dropped out last minute because she wasn't feeling good? Well, apparently she was doing the devil's tango in right room where everyone else was and got caught. No big deal, right? Wrong. It's pitch black, and this supposed mystery man goes to the only source of light is in the left room where me and the bride-to-be are. The girls next door laughing their butts off until me and the bride recognize the man, with his shirt around his neck and him waddling out like a dang penguin. It's the groom. I pause, obviously shocked, and the bride, well, she's a little too drunk to register what just happened and asks if he needs something. I wait about 30 seconds, and then she connects the dots, and all hell breaks loose. She screams his name in pure shock and anger, which catches the attention of the other ladies in the next room. They run in the room and are obviously shocked as, well, we look like that dang Spider-Man meme, where they are all pointing at each other trying to figure out what's going on. Mind you, it's about 2 a.m. at this point. After the shock faded, we all get really angry. The bride starts crying, her eyes out, and the friend starts freaking out, saying, "You guys weren't supposed to be back yet." She obviously panicking at this point. May I mention she also has a boyfriend? The groom bolts out like a damn Olympic sprinter, with a hammered bride chasing after him with one heel on and one heel in her hand. I don't know how she didn't fall. She must have sobered up due to the shock and rage. The groom gets in his car and speed away. I tell the girls to take care of the friend, while I go after the bride. She's sitting outside of the hotel, a complete train wreck. I decided to take her back to her hotel, and we will proceed from there. We get back to the hotel. She's crying her eyes out so hard that she throws up. I feel absolutely terrible and I have no idea what to do. So I blow up her mom's phone, giving her a short summary of what just happened and what we witnessed, and ask her to come to the hotel. It is now 3 or 4 a.m., and the bride is beyond upset, which I don't blame her. And you know what the groom sent her? It was an accident. I tripped and fell. It meant nothing. That pissed me off, so I asked if I could send out a mass text, an email explaining what just happened, and the bride agrees, so best believe I didn't leave out a single detail. I explained how we caught the groom had accidentally tripped and fallen into the bride's friend. I'm sorry for this post being so long, but I'm almost done. The friend's boyfriend sees the email and is obviously angry. He then calls me and asks me to go over it with him in detail, so I do. He then drops a bombshell on me. She is 12 weeks pregnant. Sorry, what did you say? He is on speaker, so the bride hears it and loses her. The friend's boyfriend starts questioning as to whether or not the child is his, since the groom obviously seemed quite comfortable with his girlfriend. I can explain in comments anyway. The bride wants answers. It is now 6:20 a.m. and we go to this friend's house. She has a key and catches her with the best man. The best man has a wife and 2 kids, one being a newborn. The bride starts taking a video and posts it to Facebook. So basically, wedding canceled, no one got sleep, and this friend ruined not only her relationship, but 2 relationships in the process. And we still don't know who the father is. It could be her boyfriend, it could be the groom. Well, now ex-groom, or it could be the best man's. We won't know which the father is until sometime next week. I also got permission to post this. She wants to know what her next steps should be. Now, time for second story. Am I not caring that I was uninvited to my older brother's wedding? This whole thing is so weird. I, 27M, am gay. I came out at 16, and my parents told me they would always love me, but to not mention it to my older brother, who I'll call Brick, then 19M, 30 members now. When I was confused and asked why, they said that Brick had expressed some awful opinions about gay people. I limited talking to Brick until I moved out at 18, which wasn't much of a problem because we were never close. I went to uni, got good job, and an awesome boyfriend, 28M, in my home city. Me and my boyfriend Angel live a peaceful life. Peaceful until a few days ago, when I got a call from my brother. I was concerned that Brick was calling me, as we have never messaged before, just had each other's numbers for emergency purposes. I picked up because maybe there was some emergency happening. He opened the call with an annoyed, "Hey man," and I knew something was up. He said he was getting married to his fiancée Yen, 24F, next year. I didn't even know he had a girlfriend. I was like, "That's great, Brick," and asked some boring wedding things that he begrudgingly answered. He then told me invites were being sent out in a couple weeks and that I could bring a +1. Here's where I made the mistake that started this mess. Without thinking like an idiot, I said, "Cool, I'll bring my boyfriend." Major. Mess up. Brick immediately started yelling insults down the line, screaming that he wouldn't have an F slur at his wedding. I didn't say anything and just hung up. I was rattled by hearing those words from my own brother's mouth, even though I knew his feelings about people like me. I told Angel, and he comforted me, ordering in my favorite restaurant and watching movies with me, which was awesome. We went to bed later and I felt all right the next day. I sent my parents a message that Brick invited me and uninvited me from his wedding pretty much in the same breath, and went on my way to work. Not a clue of the crap storm waiting for me when I got off. When I turned my phone on again after my shift, it was blowing up. Messages and calls from my parents and relatives galore, asking me what the F happened. I phoned my parents back when I got home and gave them the rundown of what happened and said I honestly didn't care, because it's not like Brick would be coming to my wedding anyways. My parents immediately chastised me for my obvious disinterest and disregard of my brother's life, and told me I should be apologizing to him for bringing my personal life into his wedding. What? I basically told my parents to screw off and have been getting bombarded with messages from relatives to apologize to my brother and get my invite reinstated, and apologize to my parents for disrespecting them, but I really don't want to. Angel's reassuring me that I did nothing wrong, but it's still nagging me. Aita, update. My OG post got locked, removed, per some misunderstanding, confusion with the AITA mods while trying to post this update, but I'll just post it on my page here without an RRs if anyone wants to see it. Y'all have really opened my eyes on a lot of issues in my family. I apologize for only replying to a few comments. There's just so many of you. Big shout out to all the people who gave compliments to Angel. I showed him this post last night, and he thanks you all. I've been showing him lots of love because he really is an angel. And to the people calling this fake, AI, cliche, and whatnot, I hate to break it to you all, but this is just my life. It sounds cliche because this is the sort of all too real thing that happens to many people in the community. Just move along if you want to say that stuff, because you're honestly just wasting your time. One of two things I would also like to address is people questioning me about thinking I could possibly be the AH in this situation. And all I can say is that when you have a mass of people telling you you're wrong for what you did, it's hard to not maybe believe them just a little bit, no matter how absurd it is. Second thing, for people wondering how no one in the family knew I was gay, I really am not close with my extended family, as they all live in different provinces, and my immediate family never traveled. We really just send each other holiday and birthday messages and have brief conversations whenever those are sent, and I just never had the urge to come out to them. Anyways, on to the update. I decided I didn't want to let this sit for any longer. I took a day off work and I added my parents, Brick, and all the family that message called me into one big group chat, per one advice I saw here. I laid out everything that went down to them in case they were told a different story by my parents and brother. I told them that I was going NC with my parents and Brick no matter what, and if they didn't apologize and realize what they did wrong, or I cut them off too. I turned my phone off and continued on without it for the rest of the day. Once I turned my phone on again, I had lots of messages from them. My parents were outraged and Brick said nothing. Some of my extended family apologized and told me that my parents just told them I was mean to Brick about some of his wedding plan choices, which got me uninvited. Still trying to wrap my head around how stupid that is. Seriously think my parents might be Neanderthals. Anyways, the real story made others even more angry and more insistent that I apologize, and they were promptly blocked. I didn't answer any of my parents' texts, calls, and blocked. I feel like I have a weight off my shoulders. I'm not concerned about my parents showing up at our apartment as they moved away from my city last year. Me and Angel are planning a lovely trip, per advice of a lot of people that we thought was great, to France to visit his family during when the wedding will be taking place, which I'm very excited for. I've heard nothing but good things about them. This will most likely be my only update on this post, and I thank you all for your support.